What I have in this bowl is minced pork, mortadella, and prosciutto crudo. I then proceeded to blending it in the blender to a certain consistency that matches mush. And then you have to fry it in the pan until it gives you brownish pinkish color, and you have to let it cool. Next, you have to grate some Parmesan for the final mixture, to which you will be adding obviously Parmesan, some nutmeg, salt, and pepper. Parmesan, about this much. Now you want to add a tiny bit of nutmeg. You also need to put an egg, preferably large. And add some salt, pepper to your liking. So now you want to mince the meat again so that it matches a sticky texture. Like this. So now you want to make the fresh pasta, and depending on how many people you're cooking, you want to put different amounts of eggs and flour. But usually you want to maintain the ratio of 100 grams of flour for 1 egg. So now I'm going to make 300 grams of flour for 3 eggs. So once you've measured out how much flour you need, you put it out on the table, which you need to clean thoroughly before making the fresh pasta. And now you kind of want to make a crater. You want to separate out the flour, make a little crater, because inside this little crater we're going to put in the eggs. So depending on how much flour you need, how much flour you're using, make the crater for the right size of eggs. Now you're going to put in the right amount of eggs inside of the crater. In my case it's 3, but depending on how many people you're cooking for, it might vary. Make sure you want to use all that egg white. There we go. Whisk the eggs slowly, and while you're whisking the eggs, you want to add the flour. Remember to do this slowly so that the mixture gets done properly and you've beaten your eggs well. Now, you might get some grumi while making the mixture. As you can see right now, I have a few grumi. But that doesn't really matter. It might also leak out of the crater. Doesn't really mind, because in the end you're gonna add it all up. Once the mixture has come to a gloopy texture, you have to start kneading the dough. It's gonna look very weird and strange at first, but just keep kneading until you get a proper mixture. You have to break it apart and make sure you get all the flour, everything that you need. So now that you've achieved the pasta texture you want and need, which is very nice yellow smooth pasta, you want to wrap it in cling film and let it rest for at least 20 to 30 minutes to let the glue sides rest and the pasta returns to its normal shape. Waited around 20 minutes and your pasta looks like this. You want to flatten it out and you want to fold it over itself at least 4 times. Doing this will give it a better texture and a nicer feel in your mouth. After you've made it nice and flat, you want to cut it roughly into squares, making them as even as possible and taking away any uneven shapes. And keeping in mind you always want to have them as squares. Once you've taken the square you want, you get some of the meat and place it in the middle, roughly like this. And then you want to wet your finger with a bit of water and wet the sides so that the pasta sticks better. Once you fold it over like this into a triangle, like this. Make sure it's tightly squeezed so that none of the meat comes out while boiling. And once it's like this, you fold the tip like this, and you take the pasta on both sides and make it stick like this. That is tortellini. Once you've made your tortellini, you have to put your water to a boil and get ready to put them in and take them out after about 1 minute. Now you put them in. Try not to burn yourself with the boiling hot water. And the ravioli have cooked for about 2 minutes. Put them in a bowl to cool off.